Are my cardiolipin antibodies actually gone? I don't know. I mean, it seems like it. I was trying to finish editing and uploading my fig cake recipe yesterday. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to get it to you today because I'm kind of only able to think about this right now. So I'm making this video to let you know and to let you know what's going on, because it could be like the best Christmas gift ever. Can my cardiolipin antibodies actually be that low? I didn't know it was possible even. I mean, I was hoping to get into the negative range, but this is like, I was thinking like maybe 10 or even 12, a level of that. But these results, they've like blown me away, and I'm having a hard time articulating it. So bear with me. I will post more details about the lab results and my autoimmune diagnosis that had to do with it, and like all the stats and the lab results and chronologically and all that stuff, and what I've been doing to try to deal with it and maybe get rid of it. And now that it seems like it might be completely gone, like not just like to the level I thought it would go, I have to come up with a new plan forward maybe, or maybe stick with the same plan. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out and let you know in that other video later. But for now, I'm just gonna tell you what happened and what the numbers are, and then leave it at that. I'm still digesting this and my mind is racing and it's hard for me to talk. Okay, so I'm gonna try to focus here. So yesterday, which was December 24th, 2022, Christmas Eve, I was notified that my test results were available. Like, I was editing and stuff for getting the fig cake recipe out, and I got the notification. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check out and see what my current cardiolipin antibodies are, and maybe they've gone down more. And so I brought them up, and I was like, am I seeing the right results? I mean, like, part of it was that Quest is like doing like this new little interface, and it's supposed to be like better, easier for lay people to read and stuff like that. It's got like these little charts and things, but it actually makes it harder because I just want to see like the numbers and the units and the reference range, and you know, having like a discussion or like interpretation or impressions or something like that is cool too. But like all these other things are just like, it was kind of confusing. I'm like, okay, but they did have an old result that it was comparing it to, so I could see how the graphics of that were going, and so I was able to actually figure out that it does seem like those results are my results. And I didn't even know you could get results like that low, so it's interesting. Because what it said was simply the less than symbol and 2.0. And then the reference ranges for that test were saying that 20.0 was like no antibodies detected, and then above 20 was antibodies detected. And that's like a lot less detailed than usually what the reference ranges are, because a lot of times there's like a negative and an indeterminate and a low positive and a medium positive and a high positive. And anyway, so like in the past, the range for it being negative would have been like, sometimes I've seen it as low as 12, because I got down to 14 one time, and it was but it was 12, and so I wasn't in the negative range that time. But then other times I've seen it be like 20 or something like that. And anyway, so I was hoping that I would get down to like, say, maybe 10 or something like that, right? But this like less than 2.0, it's just like, it's like making me like wonder, like, does that mean there could be like, it could be just like none of them, like they could just be gone completely? I mean, I don't know. I thought that that you know, I can't even say it. Anyway, I will articulate it better in the other video. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, so I guess I should tell you that this is a test for cardiolipin antibodies, the IgA, the IgG, and the IgM. And I have had persistent IgM antibodies for over 21 years. Every time I've been tested, basically. I first got tested when I had like 4 miscarriages in a row, and my OBGYN was kind of like, the first time she was like, oh, well, these things happen. Second time I was like, yeah, they happen, you know, that sucks. And then by the 4th time she's like, I'm gonna find out what's going on. And so she did some tests, and she found like my ANA, which is anti-nuclear antibodies, were in the range that she then referred me to a rheumatologist, who then did the tests for that are for antiphospholipid antibody syndrome, and or that were at the time, but this was, you know, a long time ago. And so the criteria was different then. Yeah, basically I had the lab work because of my cardiolipin antibodies, and the 4 miscarriages, so I was diagnosed with antiphospholipid antibody syndrome. And I'll go more into all that later. But since then, the criteria has changed, and it's like they've upped the levels so that, and my levels have gone down since I started the diet and lifestyle that I'm doing. And this past year, I've been tweaking it some to try to get rid of it entirely, and maybe it worked. Anyway, so, but I'm feeling like reserved about like saying that it's gone. You know, it could be a coincidence. Maybe the stuff I was doing didn't do it, but anyway, but the point being is that I'm feeling reserved about these test results, because I'm thinking like, well, maybe it's an error. Maybe they meant to say less than 20.0 instead of 2.0, because the reference range only referred to things as being under 20.0 or over 20.0. I don't know. My levels have gone below 14, so that wouldn't be as mind-blowing. Also, like maybe it was just a fluke or something, or maybe there was an error in the testing, or some other way. And so I am going to get retested in a few months to verify. In the meantime, I guess I'm in limbo, but I'm in happy limbo. So we'll see. And Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and if not, Happy Holidays. And if it's not holiday season for you wherever you are, then have an awesome day. And I will try to get the recipe done today, but if I don't, you know why. And I'll get the recipe, and I'll also work on a video that is more or less scattered, and has like all images of my tests and all that kind of stuff later, but that'll come out after I do the recipe. Okay. Bye. Also, with the new criteria that that they're doing with APS. APS is antiphospholipid antibodies syndrome. Anyway, with that new criteria, they have new tests that they do as well, and I only got tested on those other tests, the new tests. I have been tested for the lupus antibodies, and I didn't have those. And the other cardiolipin antibodies, I didn't have, only the IgMs. And that's been consistent, although I didn't get tested for the lupus ones more than a couple times. Anyway, the new ones that they have, I did get tested, like the beta 2 something, I forget what it is. Oh, beta 2 glycoprotein. Yeah. And I didn't have those. And the okay, I got it here so I can look at it. Antiphospholipid? Antiphospholipid. Maybe that's how you say it. Anyway, that one, I had IgMs high in that at one point when I got tested, but I haven't been tested for that since. So I should probably get retested for that to see what those levels have done too. Maybe I can get my primary care physician to do that. Anyway, especially in light of these new results. So anyway, we'll see. Much interesting stuff to come in relation to this.